Alright, let's just start throwing shit on here. What are some obvious ones? I'm gonna get influenced, dude, trust me. I'm gonna have like absolute drooling takes because I don't remember each of these well enough. Alright, let's get the best ones on here maybe, that I can remember. I mean, 3-5's pretty slick. Probably go with 1-5. Two, 3 would be pretty low. Oh, case by case. I can't remember most of these, man. See, wasn't this one pretty sick, man? The one with fucking Edgeworth's dad? Wasn't that one pretty cool, dude? I don't think any of the DGS ones would go super high for me. I think they'd be like all mid-tier. We're gonna have to look through them. Ace Attorney, case 1. Oh great, a fandom. Larry Butts. Dude, I don't even remember this case for shit, dude. The 1-1 case? I don't even remember it hardly. How the fuck am I supposed to tier list it, dude? Like, I haven't seen the Saw It case in like, since I played it like 7-8 years ago. Pain. I don't think any of the tutorial cases I'd really put super high, right? I mean, they do the job, but let's just rate other stuff. Turnabout Sisters. Here, let me just capture my monitor. What the fuck is this? I just want to cut the crop the top, dude. That's so hard. I don't want to fucking zoom it in. What happened to this? Why can't I just crop these days? Transform. Crop top. 50. Oh, there you go. It's because I haven't set the scale weird. Turnabout Sisters. See, I thought this was the first case, dude. But it's not. Dude, I don't remember this one well enough. Turnabout Samurai is pretty boring, isn't it? We'll just put that in like 1-3 for now. We'll adjust as we go. This isn't gonna be some god list that I'm super confident in, but we'll freeball it. Turnabout Goodbyes. Which one is this? The Manfred one. The Manfred one's pretty good, right? I don't remember how hype it is, though. I don't remember any of the details. I just remember it was pretty cool. I haven't played the first 3 or seen them since I've played them, so it's like been a really fucking long time. I mean, it was really hype at the time, right? Would it be hype anymore? This is kind of why I want to like review them. The one who actually committed the crime. It was you. Yeah, like I said, this is why I'd want to do the first 3 again, just to put them in perspective more. Because I really liked the atmosphere and the tunes, and the cases were really engaging when I played them the first time, but it's been so long that I don't know how well they'd stand up. I mean, obviously the music and the visuals would still stand up, but God knows on the rest, man. Yeah, we put Rise, The Lost Turnabout. I don't remember this case at all, dude. I remember Wellington breaking down. I don't remember anything about this case. Like at all. We're gonna have to come back. Like, what is this? Episode 1 Lost Turnabout. Why is Rise from the Ashes next, man? Oh, it's previous, man. Reunion and Turnabout. A lot of 2, I forget. Even more than 1 and 3. Anything with Korean Village is pretty low, dude, because the music's fucking horrible. I don't know, man. Let's just put it like... Let's put it as good, dude. This is the quality of this tier list. I'm too shaky on these. It's been too long. I mean, Big Top is memed as like horrible, but is it like really like F tier? If I don't use it tier, I don't care. I don't have to. I'll mess with it. Yeah, I'd like to do a trilogy replay. We're looking through this tier list, it's like I barely remember the first 3 games. Like, I remember the big beats, but the detail's enough to compare the cases and feel confident in it. It's like not as much. Furio Tigre. I don't remember which one Tigre is in. I feel like it's a 3-1. Trilogy anime watch. Oh shit, dude. That could be hype. How is the anime? The trilogy? Let's put 2-4 up here. I don't remember 2-4 and all that. What even is this case, dude? Like, I remember these characters, I recognize like some of the rooms, but the flow. Oh, it's on guard. Is this the one where Phoenix has to like defend him even though he's the killer? Oh, we'll do this one. Put it up there, I thought that was kind of neat, right? The Amacast. I just don't remember these well enough, man. Turnabout memories. Dahlia Hawthorne. I really don't remember how good the tutorial ones are. They're all really short. I mean, this one was cute because it had him and Hawthorne and they're like younger. That's about my take on that. Anything with Goda is pretty good. More Crane bullshit. Oh, 1.5? Yeah, I'd put 1.5 kind of lower. Lacking. Or I5. It's too bloated, man. I don't remember any of the Versus stuff. I watched like most of the last case too, and I've already forgotten half of it. So they're all so forgettable, man. So many DGS. Yeah, exactly, Ripper. What case is this? Stolen turnabout. Oh, this is the one with that guy, right? That guy was cool. Let's put this case higher up. It's good. Let's put it even higher. I have no takes on it. I'm just like, oh, I remember this character. As versus latent cases, yeah, that's my thing. And then like DGS, it's like where they all just kind of like run back to back with each other. Yeah, this is too hard, man. Like, unless you've played all of these recently, I don't trust anybody to have like a really clean memory of all these cases. Enough to compare them. Yeah, I should start omitting half of them. This case was fun. Great, good, forgettable, and holy. Yeah, I feel like there's too many fucking tiers here. Yeah, I could tier list the games well enough, for sure. Yeah, like 3 generally just has really strong cases, and yeah, Investigations 2 does. 2's got a little bit weaker cases than the first one and the third one. Like 5's pretty low tier, but the DLC's good, shit like that, right? So we put 5 DLC up there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's too many here, but I'm just using them to use them. I'm not even like rating what they're supposed to be. The greats and the goods and stuff. I just like having tier lists be something where you just literally are comparing them against each other, not really thinking about the descriptors as much. Six DLC sucks. I need to just get more of the obvious ones out here. Go to on screen. I still remember the first few games and enough detail. The 6 DLC was the one with the steampunk shit in Edgeworth, right? Which sucked. Oh, where's that crappy 3 case? See, I don't remember which one it is. What's the one where you have to listen to the bitch singing the opera or whatever 1,000 times? Was that 4.3 or 4.2? That one's pretty shit. Yeah, Forgettable's probably a good tier, because I could put like most of the fucking cases in there. Like, they're not bad, they're just like not super memorable at the end of the day. I just need to play the first 3 games again. It's been too long. Why would I replay that? Redo the tier list. 4.3 is opera shit. That one's kind of whatever, dude. Oh, screw the SF ranking? Yeah. Yeah, maybe with my memory I should have the less... This is for really good memory, right? Like, it's very fine-tuned. Like, for my memory, it's just like, what's good that I remember, what's forgettable, and what should I remember that's bad. That's not as fun, I guess. This is mostly just a test to see how much I've forgotten, which is like a lot. The Great Ace Attorney games, I would say they're a bit above mid-tier. I'd put them, they're above average. I think that it was a bit too focused on each case kind of connecting to each other. And I think they could have utilized the setting to have even more exciting things happen. There's some cases that are kind of just like, okay. But overall, the production value is really good. It has one of the best prosecutors. Yeah, I think it's just held down by it having an entire connecting story for 2 games. And it just can't really live up to that. Like, you already kind of know everything that's going to happen almost like partially through the second game. So you're in the last case and you're just like, okay. Here's the quick and dirty. The Klitsu take, dude. Oh yeah, AI 2.5. There you go, I'm being influenced. It's not good, Ripper. Yeah, I'm gonna steal your homework. Was 2-4 that godly? I'm being influenced, dude. I don't remember. Usually the last cases are all pretty good. Where did I put 1-4? Yeah, I'm being influenced, dude. Oh, on guard? Okay. That's right. We just looked at it, but I'd already forgotten again. Six five. 6-5's like the best main case in 6, right? Most of 5 goes near the bottom. Which one's the school one? That one sucks. The first one's pretty weak. Or is that the second one? We'll get to those, I guess. Six 2's better than 6-5. I don't remember which one 6-2 is. I'm bad with the numbers. Like, I just play through them and I don't think of them as the numbers as often, especially in discussion. Only stuff like 2-3 and like the final cases do I really remember as like the numbers. That's why I have to have a wiki open. Yeah, KDkill was good. Yeah, the DLC cases, I mean, you could play it, it's kind of just a fan service thing. The steampunk's cool, but it's really not it's a really weak ass case, especially after 5's DLC being pretty good. Dude, where's the verses, man? It's got Larry Butts in it, dude. It really is just a fan service case, though. No Gumshoe, though. So I don't think Gumshoe was in it, was he? Here, let's jump ahead to, like... yeah, no Gumshoe's after. Let's jump ahead to, like, the 5th game. So I can just start getting stuff on the board that I remember better. Let's get the first episode. Okay. So what was the opening case in this one? Wasn't this just a setup one? Wasn't there not like a whole lot going on here? The bombing, yeah. Which is like... Did this actually take place, like, at the beginning of the game? Or is this, like, connected to the last case? I don't remember. Because a lot of the cases in 5 are super connected. Yeah, most of the first cases are kind of lacking. But they're tutorial cases. 5's gonna be at a lot of low points. Alright, what's next? Monstrous. Is this the one where they're in the village? Yeah, I don't like this one that much. It's a boring area. The wrestling thing was cool, but I remember playing it being like, damn dude, this isn't that good. I don't like Turnabout Academy that much. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the weird thing about some of those cases in the later games is they kind of connect a lot more. That's like DGS. It's like half of the cases are just connected. But 5-2 is dreadful. I might put it in F. It's just really low. I'm being influenced, dude. I remember hating it. Or not hating it, but I'm thinking it was for Ace Attorney pretty weak, which comparatively that's pretty much like hating it. So even though 2-3 is weak, like it still has the presentation and the music and all that, the animations. Like these don't even have that, man. Like 6 and 5's presentation is not that crispy compared to like DGS or like even Phoenix vs. Wright. That's important to me. That's a lot of the charm. Yeah, I don't like the fucking school one, man. It's just a dull ass fucking. I mean, was it Clavier again? It's Athena who sucks. I hate Athena and like most of her things, except I think she has like a good case in 6, right? This one was like decent. Wait, what the fuck? That's not what I clicked. Because this was like Blackwell's coolest case. This is where Blackwell's like super fun, right? It was 6-4. Would you call it a great case though? Probably not. But it was good. Just because Blackwell's actually fun in it. It's just that the actual setup, like Athena sucks and all the noodle shit's not really that interesting, but whatever. Yeah, the Academy's just a boring ass fucking setting. It's like you already knew it was a fucking headmaster, whatever the fuck it was. Clavier's never that great. Cosmic Turnabout. This one's just like, it's alright. Doesn't this one just lead into the next one? It's Apollo's friend. I'm just gonna put it in mediocre. Yeah, it's slow. But still forgettable somehow. Where's the next one? Can you believe that fandom's buying more shit, dude? And they can't even run their own fucking site, dude. Really, when I click Dual Destinies, this is what I get? Yeah, it's trash. Just let me see fucking episode 5, dude. Jesus Christ. Turn him out for tomorrow, the finale. The Blackwell finale. I mean, it brings back Edgeworth. You learn a bit more about Blackwell. I mean, this was probably one of the better ones, right? Dude, what keeps happening? I don't know if it's great. I don't think anything in 5 was great except the DLC. But it's not that fresh in my memory. You get punished Athena, I guess, which is always cool. Alright. Let's find Ace Attorney 6 real quick. The Foreign Turnabout. A 6 is much better than 5. But I still think it's the slacking compared to like a lot of the other ones. A lot of the characters are annoying. The crane shit's just not that interesting of a setting. And some of them are cool, don't get me wrong, but... Is this the one where the Jesus guy... is the culprit? Can I even see the culprit in here? This was the Jesus one, right? Where the guy's got like the guitar or whatever. The names, yeah. I'll do an actual Ace Attorney tier list after this. I could do that a little bit more strongly. I think I might have done it before, but I'll do it anyways. The individual cases is like way too fucking hard, man. I don't know, man. This case is just okay. I don't give a shit about this case. Like, I don't care. This is like really loose and sloppy. Don't judge me too much. Or if you have something you want to say, we can discuss it. Maybe I'll remember shit. Magic case with Trucy. I remember some of this, but I don't remember it being like super exciting, right? And the twins were cool. And it was just like okay, wasn't it? Was it good? Was it good? Maybe it was okay. I just don't remember it. I don't remember it being bad. I liked that it wasn't in Crane. It's cool having Trucy. You get a bit more like backstory on stuff. I think some of the like usage of the little magic gadgets and shit was kind of neat. Yeah, who was the bad guy again? This website sucks, dude. They can't even just have the bad guy's face somewhere. All the pictures are super small. Thing is, with 6, is every case has Sadmati in it, pretty much, right? And that's always a huge detractor. I feel like prosecutors are such a big deal in Ace Attorney. And 5 and 6 just don't. I mean, 5's prosecutor's good in like certain like instances, like in 6, but like he's not that interesting overall. And then like Sadmati's like one of the worst prosecutors, dude. He's horrible just to fucking... Yeah, he's just like horrible to fucking go against. He just like brings a lot of them down. I don't know, I'm fine putting this here. I don't this one as well as I should, I guess, but... the right of turnabout. What is this one? Crane, defending my affair. Final right of her training. They're also interlinked, man. This one's fucking boring, isn't it? I don't remember. I mean, maybe we could put it in lacking, man. I don't know. These are all so close together. This area. That's why I feel like the at Fasta style tier list would be better. Where it's just like good shit, forgettable. I'd have to replay these, which would be fun. I mean, for discussion, we have to real big tier list, go really hard on it, but it's been too long. Alright, let's move on to a different game. I still have some cases from the first few games. I mean, this is a fine tutorial. 2-1. I don't know, just mediocre. What is 1-2 again? 3-4. Let's put 3-4 here. I don't remember much about 3-4 though. Three. What was 3-3 again? I'm just like freeballing random shit here. Recipe for turnabout. Oh, that one was Furo Tigre. Okay, that one's pretty slick. Just because Tigre is cool. I don't know if it's great, but just assume the difference between each of these tier lists is really close. Like maybe S has got a cut above, but like A and B are just like about the same, and C and D are close. F's, I guess, a cut under, but what is 1-2? Was that the one where what's her face dies? Murdered by, I'm still with the, I mean, it's the first Edge Wars case. Right? Pretty much. I mean, it is the first Edge Wars case. I mean, your fucking little lady dies, it's got the rich dude. I mean, it's a good, but I don't know about great. We'll put it in here now. It's a good setup, man. I mean, in the vacuum, maybe it's not like godly, but it's a clean kind of like tutorial, like first real case. Which I think is important. Now, I don't remember any of the details in these. Like, ooh, was the evidence cool? Was, was the puzzles cool or something? I don't remember that shit. Ace Attorney 1 through 3 have little issues with investigations being kind of slow as well. Although I prefer that over like the DGS, like ultra fast, but still. Alright, Apollo Justice. Apollo Justice has good presentation. A lot of the cases are just kind of like, okay. It doesn't help Clavier's not really the best. Turnabout Trump. The Poker. Punished Phoenix. I mean, Clavier has a really good theme song. Like, that's kind of it, man. Otherwise, he's kind of like just the nice guy, which is fine, but like, I mean, Edgeworth's a nice guy too, to a certain extent. But like, he's still got fun conflict. Yeah, you have a lot more investigations. I think the only problem in the first three is the more pixel honey shit. But I did like in the first three, and I guess we can get into this if we do an actual tier list of the games. I did like in those where you actually would go out and like interview people and like present evidence, and the investigation was a nice break and allowed like kinds of story to happen that you couldn't have in the cases. That was a problem I had in DGS, where it's like the investigation stuff was like really simple and relatively like low engagement. It was mostly about cases. And I kind of like that. I mean, sure, the pixel hunts kind of suck in the first 3, but I don't know. I kind of like that it was a bigger deal. I feel like they've downplayed it since 5, right? I mean, Versus Right has the latent stuff, which is fine, but don't know. I think it's important. But yeah, I don't remember how often you would investigate. It was pretty often. Some of the cases would have up to like 3 breaks or 3 different days. I don't remember this case, man. I mean, from the little I remember, it was like fine. I don't know. Trust me, this is not I'm not confident in this tier list at all. I barely remember these. I mean, Trucy is cool. Why is every page on the fandom like really different? Like this has like grids and shit. Like, I think if I had like a 1-minute video that told me about each case, I could probably have a more accurate tier list. The fandom's really bad for sparking your memory because it's just like really poorly like synopsized, fucking just text here. This is the first Clavier one. It's Trucy. I don't know, man. Mediocre. No idea. 4-4. Turnabout Succession. Yeah, 4-3 is not that good. I mean, 4-4 is like fine. I mean, it's cool for Clavier and shit. I don't remember how the gameplay is. Yeah. His brother and shit. I mean, this one was fine. I mean, usually the finales are pretty decent. I don't know if it was great. I mean, it's probably better than the fucking intro. Yeah, 4 is definitely weaker than the first 3. Like I said, good presentation, but like, yeah, the prosecutor... It has some stinkers like 4-3 or whatever. Otherwise, it's just kind of like okay. I mean, the new powers are kind of cute. I probably liked his power better than like Athena's, even though it's way more simple. But that and like, I feel like 4 kind of gets soured a bit because they just retcon or brush over a lot of what happened with the Hobo Riot in 5. So it kind of makes it feel even less impactful. Alright, let's find investigations too here. I feel like we should just move over to an actual game tier list. But oh well. Oh, let's do versus, man. We can just ask Ripper for his take on versus. On each case, and I'll just throw them in there in that, that order. This doesn't even have the cases. What the fuck? Websites suck. Yeah, I don't think I disliked many. I think I like Investigations 1-5 is a little iffy, but even that's still fun. I don't know. I'll try to do the tier list here, but we'll do the game tier list after this. That'll be better. Let's just freeball this. That's the thing about this game. Is like latent versus right is like super like there's like a bazillion chapters per case and shit. It's Not easy to actually remember these. I don't know, dude. I don't remember anything about Layton versus Wright, case 1. Oh, was that the one with the little kid, Francesca, or whatever? Dude, I don't remember this at all, man. Was this a case, dude? This case is like an hour long, man. The Bubble Lady air attendant? Yeah. I mean, this is like... I mean, this is not even worth talking about, right? Just a fucking... I mean, it's probably... It's totally fine as an introduction, but as like a... Like, if you compare it as like an experience, it's not as good. That's the hard thing with a lot of the ones or whatever, is they're just tutorials, right? They're quick. Some of them obviously have better stories, but like, they're just kind of getting... You used to it, introducing maybe some basic story premises, like Hobo Phoenix and stuff, and then like that's... Like they do a good job usually of like what they're supposed to, but they're not really like comparable, which is like, I kind of like, I don't really... Like the ones, it's kind of hard to really compare as much. Oh, look at this, I actually tried on these videos. I've even got them labeled by trials and shit. Whoa. I spent a lot of time actually cutting these accurately, and I realized I was wasting my fucking time. Alright. Versus Right 2. Look how skinny I was, brother. I lose weight. Now I'm a hobo. I'm hobo right now. The Mirror Corridor? Yeah. Someday we could do a full replay of this series. I really feel like there'd be some fun stuff in there. And have like a more accurate comparison here. Maybe not the whole series, like at least the first few. Dude, I just don't remember the versus Layton ones, dude. Like straight up. Even though I just watched River play a little bit of it, it's like, I just don't. I mean, I missed the entire middle. Barnum's like not really even interesting. But he's only in like a couple cases, too. They're also really short, right? I mean, yeah, this is like a 3-hour case. Like, the latent stuff is definitely a bigger part than the Ace Attorney cases, I feel like, till the end. What was this case, dude? I don't remember. I'm looking at it and I don't know. I mean, I don't hate this game, it's fine. Like, I mean, that's the thing, like, I could have like a take on where I put it in like a game tier list, but I don't know, man. It's okay. What's the next one, dude? Case 3 Trial Part 1. Yeah, Barnum just kind of is like... Is Barnum the most forgettable, like, major prosecutor? I mean, there's a bunch of small prosecutors who appear for like a few minutes in cases, but like I mean, technically Layton's a fucking prosecutor at one point, right? Like, and that's hype, right? But like, Barnum has to be the most forgettable, like, mainstay one. Yeah, I just can't. I could barely. I mean, I watched a little bit of him recently, and I've already forgot him again. Yeah, that's how I feel. It's like I'm looking at it right now. And if I did this with other Ace Attorney games, I could remember most of it, right? This, like I'm watching it right now and I don't know what I'm looking at. Yeah. It's just they're just not that good, man. I mean, they're not horrible, but the Leighton mix is definitely the appeal. I'm just putting most of the Leighton ones in C tier just cause. Lady getting burned to death, yeah. I just don't remember any of this shit, dude. I'm gonna just like arbitrarily put this in 3 for no reason. I don't remember these. There's so many of these that I don't feel strong about. I'm just putting them in here to put them somewhere. If I did a forgettable tier list, I think 2/3 of the cases at Ace Attorney would end up in there. Yeah, Darklaw had a cool design. Barnum just kind of was there, man. He was just kind of a surrogate for like witch trial bullshit. He wasn't really that much of a character on his own. Alright, Ace Attorney Investigations 1. Alright, well, we can't talk too much about DGS in detail because Ripper hasn't played it, but I will try to like briefly go over those. Tournament visitors, this is just the plain one. Where's that in 2? What's Investigations 1-1? Is this the one with pain? Oh, this is where they're in the actual place. I mean, these are all solid, man. I don't think any of Ace Attorney Investigations 1 or 2 is gonna end up below mediocre. Airlines. These are really hard to compare because they're not like proper trials either. I mean, I like the airliner. I don't know. I think right now what I'm doing is I'm just essentially doing a game tier list and I'm just throwing those cases in. Yeah, the final roast is rough. This is where they're at the theme park, right? That's such a cool setting, man. I do think most of 2's cases are better than 1's. Gumshoe, Reminiscence. This one was cool, right? Because it has a young Francesca and shit. And you get the dude. Yeah, I was gonna say 1-4 is probably higher for me. Wait, did I not put 3 down? What did I accidentally put down just now? Yeah, I think Investigations 4 has really solid backstory stuff, but still makes for an exciting case. It was fun. Like, you get to see some Von Karma, you get to see Edgeworth acting wacky, you're getting Gumshoe stuff, you're getting Francisca stuff. That's all pretty exciting still. I mean, yeah, some of that interest is, I mean, where it falls in the series, right? Like, if Edgeworth wasn't such an interesting character, then this case wouldn't matter that much, but that's why it'd be more accurate to actually play the fucking things. Detective Bad, I remember Detective Bad, yeah. We put the final one in. I mean, I put the final one in, like, lacking. Maybe that's too much. But I think this is like the one blight on the game, so I can't like in good faith put it up in like good tier. Was Amnesia K and Investigations 4? Or 1-4? Yeah, definitely don't take my list too seriously. Two, four, okay. Is that the one where they're at the orphanage? Yeah, I just think the diplomatic immunity thing's kind of annoying. It just got like old. They're still good compared to like a lot of cases, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of. I think that was one of the great things about the investigations games too. Is they skirt fan service, but like it's still like quality. Like they'll show some of the, you know, evil guys from the first 3 games in that one jail bit, and they're pulling in people from like 2, 3 and stuff like that, and that was cool. They also have a really good variety of locations, which I feel like is important to investigate or into Ace Attorney, and that's where like DGS has issues. Is I don't think the big. Like, I think the general premise is cool, but, like, they don't go to enough variety of interesting locations. And I feel like they could have leaned into it a little bit better. Now, this is the one where they're just on the plane. Right? I mean, it's the first case. This is, like, okay, right? Imprisoned. I liked Imprisoned. I don't know why these aren't going in great. Right now I'm just putting them all in this. Like I should probably put this like higher up or something. I hate this chick, but she's supposed to be hateable. I wish there was more pictures, dude. I can remember these better. I mean, this one was good, right? Or at least it was memorable. Wasn't it? I love to hate Courtney. I hate the holier than thou characters, but like, that's the point. Put that in there. Where did I put 2, 3? Oh yeah, I really like Miles's father. I thought the cooking like competition was a really cool setup, and they had some cool twists and shit. I'm a big fan of that one. 2, 3 is pretty slick. Oh yeah, the midsection. I was like, yeah, it does look kind of weird, huh? The titty's been cut. Yeah, exactly. I think 2, 3 is awesome, yeah. This is the one on top of the skyscraper, right? 2, 4. That goes into the orphanage as well. Oh, this one has a lot of heart in it. Or maybe this isn't the skyscraper one. What is this one? I don't know. 2, 4 is cool, man, right? It's got some goofy shit, but you just can't go wrong with almost any of it too, man. Alright, DGS. We'll blast through this one quick. At least I remember this one a bit better because I did them recently. I mean, we're still going to need to double check these, because they do all run together pretty hard. Roger that, Ripper. Yeah. I'll probably run through them quick, then do like an overall tier list. Okay, Great Ace Attorney 1. The Great Departure. The starter cases in this were fine. They really did feel just kind of, you know... They're just intros, man. God, I really wish there was like more. Let me go find my YouTube videos for this. How do I just search my own fucking channel, dude? Do I not have Great Ace Attorney on here? What the hell? Did I lose those somehow? Or have I not ported those yet? I might not have put them out yet. Huh. Weird. Okay. I guess I don't have those. I was gonna just use my videos to like sift through them. Alright, we should be able just to remember from the synopsis, I imagine. John H. Wilson. It's just kind of an intro to everybody. It's not really that exciting of a case, right? It's just like, alright. The case on the ship. It's not really a case, it's just an investigations thing, right? But I guess it is a chapter. I mean, it was okay. I mean, it's the first time seeing Sherlock, which is cool. Would you say DGS 2 is like good? I think it's alright. Like the case. The speckled band thing. I don't really care about the actual like references to the original Sherlock Holmes story or anything. It's just kind of a locked room thing on a ship, which is a cool setting, but it's not really like crazy. I remember thinking the game was a little slow at this point. I think I'm gonna keep that mediocre. Clouded Kokoro. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. The production value is great, the prosecutor's great, but I don't think any of them ever reach like a super high point. I think they're far too linked to their overarching story, which, since they're all linked to this overarching story, I feel like a lot of them ride or die by how good that overarching story is, and I thought it was just too kind of predictable. Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the most polished by far. And the only one of the 3Ds where I'm like, yeah, this is fine for the future of the series. 5 and 6 look too shitty half the time, and then Layden versus Wright's got some shit, especially Phoenix's design. Yeah. DGS is definitely just the most, like clean, just polished one, but yeah, it just never has any big enough high points. I think they just needed to be more creative and try to be a bit more exciting, or have more engagement with the investigations and stuff. I think we can get into that, I guess, in a bit, but I also thought the jury wasn't that great of a feature. I don't think they really nailed that very well. It was obviously just like, always just felt like really boring, predictable, scripted kind of shit. I mean, it's advanced, of course, it's all scripted. Anyways, what was the Clouded Coker? Is that the one where you got the rich guy? Oh no, wait. Is that a runaway room? I think 1-3 is one of the better ones, right? DGS 3. Yeah, that's the one where like he gets away with it, right? Yeah, the money bags. I thought that one was pretty exciting and mixed it up pretty well. Clouded Kokoro. Was it garbage? I remember thinking it was pretty exciting. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess nobody's really competent. You're just getting worked, and it's more of an intro to like the corruption of the system, but I don't know. I thought it was exciting. Maybe it's just because it was really novel. I mean, I think after the first two being like extremely sleepy, that them hitting you with the Reaper of the Bailey, the corruption of the system, money bags, and all that, like forging evidence and stuff. It's like, yeah, people are really dumb, but it's like, I mean, he's like a fish out of water and stuff. I think it fits okay. It was way more. I mean, maybe it's just because 1 and 2 are really boring. That 3 seems as good as it is, but. I just thought it was kind of neat. Getting a read on Von Zeeks and shit. Oh, cool. What was 4? Clouded Kokoro? Yeah, there's definitely some bullshit there. But it does end with him getting burned alive, so I guess it's kind of like which was interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's goofy. Is this just the one with the old couple, and then the chick did it, the fat chick? This was like the one that felt like it was not related to anything, but then it like totally was related. This one's okay. It's alright. I don't think it was that crazy. Yeah, that's fair fast. I think it's just compared to a lot of the cases in this, at least that felt exciting. There was stuff happening. It was a little different than your average Ace Attorney case. I mean, the logic of it, sure, but I don't know. There's a lot of goofy logic shit, so I guess it's more the other stuff that made me like it more. I mean, I still don't think it's godly, but... Yeah, I don't know what you guys think on the 4 one. I feel like I'm rating DGS cases too low right now. I think part of the problem with DGS is it's like you've played a million Ace Attorney games at this point. They have to be way more... They have to try way harder, so when the locations aren't as creative... And like a lot of the kills or, you know, how attached they are to this overarching story kind of like weighs it down. I feel like after this many games, it kind of like hurts it a bit. Like they really need to like up the ante a bit. One 4. We're about to find out. Oh wait, we just did 1 4. 1-4 was the one where they find the Baskerville necklace, right? At the end of it. Or the collar, isn't it? Or is that... No, the thing is there's 2 cases that take place in the same area, right? Yeah, it's the first one with the writer. It's got the old couple. It's the one where the fat girl kills the guy, right? Because revenge for her boyfriend or whatever. It's really not that good. It's kind of just whatever. I don't like these like lacking, right? Because technically these are lacking, but like for me it's just the tier list. I don't like the fucking descriptors. Yeah. What is his name? Nosme or something. He's fun. He's in a lot of cases though. We're jamming. Yeah, what was 2-5 or 1-5? Yeah, I'm in cliffhanger shit for sure. 2 months. He's arrived in London. McGilded. Was Fat Girl in 2? See, the problem is there's 2 cases in the same fucking area, and this is part of my problem with the DGS games, is the locations are just so fucking dull, man. The only thing that's cool is like the wax museum, like part of the like fucking, you know... I mean, they don't even go into the science museum, you know, exhibit thing, hardly, and it's like... Oh, this is the Cockney girl one. This one was fine. Is this the one where it's the pretty boy who's the killer at the end? Yeah, this one, I mean, it was enjoyable. It is filler, but it's like, it's still good. Oh, okay, fast. Oh, God. I'm mixing the cases up. That tells you how good that case is. I mean, they're really clean, like, polished cases, but I like I said, I feel like I'd rather them be a little dirtier, but, like, way more exciting. It's absolutely the polish, the presentation, and the characters in these, man. The actual, like, premises to these and the cases are really weak. Yeah, Klutzu. And that's why some of these are hard to compare, too, because they really start interlinking these, like, a lot. It's easier to compare the games. Alright, let's finish off DGS 2, then I'll do like a full series tier list to be easier. Adventure. Is this the one where they're on the beach? And they're pretending she's a dude? I mean, this one's a clean first case, right? It's not bad. As far as first cases go. You get the fucking cool police guy in it. You get the writer. It's mostly the characters that are strong here, but it's got some beach kills or whatever. It's got that one chick that ties into the end, the assassin or whatever. It's fun. Yeah. Oh, this is the one with the fat chick. It even says clouded coker on it, just like the other one. Yeah, like he says, it's the fat chick one. I mean, this one was okay. Duncan Ross. Yeah, the Yuri undertones with her friend. Yeah, it was a clean first case. It's much better than the first case. You get to destroy that guy's top knot too, Winston's or Payne's, or I don't know what his name was in this one, but it was a fun one. Wait, am I looking at the same case again? I am. Return of the Great Departed Soul. One of these was really good. It was the one with, I think it was this one, right? It was better than the actual rest of the main story ones. The Wax Museum was cool. You go to that guy's fucking, his like tricky, like, mechanical science laboratory and shit. This one was the best in the game. In both games, easily. Robot Man's theme, please. Actually don't have it on my shit, let me find it. What was his name? He had cool animations too. What was his name? Anok Drebber? That was another problem I had with the Great Ace Attorney games, was while the music once again was really polished and clean, none of it really stood out, except like this one, the tap dancing one. I'm never just like, oh, I want to listen to all these songs and they're just like jamming, right? They're just like really solid, but never stand out. Probably, Klutzu. Yeah, the characters are definitely great. Somebody just needs to fucking clean up the fucking premise and really curious what they're gonna do next in 7. Now that probably the teams are both open to do shit. Episode 4. Yeah, that's the thing is I don't think 4 or DGS 4 or 5 like can live up to the third one. What even happened to this one? Weren't these just connected? Weren't 4 and 5 just a two-parter? It was just one case, wasn't it? I remember it was kind of like bullshit, wasn't it? There's not even 5 cases in the game, there's just 4. And one's just kind of long. Yeah, it's a two-parter. I would put this as mediocre. Oh, Greg's murder. I mean, maybe it's not mediocre. It's more of a problem I have with the entire game, right? Like, it's a solid, they're solid. I mean, I hate the main character's friend. I think he's horrible. I think he's a total fucking idiot. And I think that the cases are really, like, underwhelming compared to, like, 2, 3. Don't think too hard about my tier list. It is super sloppy. I don't feel very confident in it. I'm like comparing these like against each other pretty much, hardly against like the other games. Because normally I would compare them like in detail against the other games. Right now I'm just like, oh yeah, I like 2, 3 better than these, so I put it above, and then I put these lower. I'm not even looking at the other games right now. But I might, yeah, think less of DGS than... I think DGS is really solid, but yeah. There just weren't many that was like, damn, you know, this is awesome. Okay, well here's my tier list. I don't feel confident in it at all, because I barely remembered anything. But let's do an actual Ace Attorney tier list. Let me send a message to Rupert too. Let me find a tier list somewhere. I'll save this just for the future, because I might do like an actual playthrough of all of them or something. Includes his last match to show up if he comes back. What do you mean? Where are my tier lists at? Oh. Yeah, good call. Nothing personal. I didn't think about that. Might as well clear our tracks, right? Good call, good call. Tier maker, Ace Attorney games. Keep your heads down, lads. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you do generally. There you go, get some spam in there. Alright. Let's do a game tier list. Yeah, every time I ask you, copy pastas are posted, they're fucked for me because I have timestamps. And I have a pop-out chat. But it's still funny. Okay. So... Ace Attorney 3. Investigations 2. Our S tier, right? And then that's a pretty safe set of calls. Can I get rid of some tiers? Like too many, man. I'll add more if I need them, dude. Maybe I will need them, actually. It depends if there's one that's like really fucked. Maybe we will actually add it back, my bad. So yeah. Ace Attorney 3 is just really good. I mean, Godo's one of the best prosecutors. It has like some more connected cases that are really strong. The music and presentation's the best it's been. And the best I'd almost argue it's ever was. Really good stuff. A lot of fun cases. I like Godo, man. I mean, maybe, yeah, if you're talking about like his competency or something, but yeah, it's more like how he carries himself. The coffee stuff, his gimmicks, he's just a lot of fun when he's against you. I feel like people like Edgeworth are a bit more like capable or something, but I feel like there's more to a Ace Attorney prosecutor than just how good they are at it. Yeah. He kind of just shits on you the whole time, but his story, which links into the cases and his prosecuting and like the coffee gimmick and his design is just really nice. I'm a big fan of that stuff. Investigations too. I mean, it's arguably just the best game in the series. We could compare these to each other as well. Yeah, he's just like, that's the thing is like, well, even if Godo, if he broke down his like logic wasn't really godly, he was like ultra, yeah, charisma, confident, which I think mattered. I mean, that's why the best prosecutors are probably the best. Like, what are the best prosecutors? Von Zeeks, Godo, and Edgeworth. What do they all have? They're like ultra charisma, right? Like, I mean, you could argue about their competency, but they're like fucking charisma lords, man. Von Zeeks carries DGS, man. I think if Von Zeeks wasn't in DGS, I'd probably drop him way lower. And he just prosecuted out of spite? Pretty much, right? Because he was a defender when he was, what was his name? It was something Spanish, or I don't remember what his name was. His real name. He was like he was a... Diego Armando, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think a big part of Godo is his, like, definitely his... how he's tied into the stories and the cases and stuff, but his demeanor and charisma is really interesting, so... I think that's pretty strong. The 3 cases are just really enjoyable. A lot of it's because of him. Investigations too, there's just not really like a really bad case. Good locations, good backstory, good use of fan service. Cool twists. I mean, Jesus, they're bringing in fucking people from 2-3 and they're becoming like masterminds and shit, you know, just after playing like 3 or 4 games before these, or 5 games before this one, and it's still ending up being like really surprising and exciting. Just shows it has like really strong writing. I don't know how this team went on to make like 5. Whatever. They should stick to fucking spin-offs, man. They made 5 and 6 after investigations. I think those are the S tier ones. I think we could go for good tier now, right? Investigations 1, absolutely. I don't think the locations or the cases are as exciting, but they're all still really good. 5 kind of puts a blemish on it. That's probably the only reason I dropped that below S. I'd put 1 up there as well. I think it's just a great intro to the series. Edgeworth's cool. The Von Karma stuff is exciting. I mean, the music, All that's really solid. Some of the cases are a bit iffy. Steel Samurai shits can be kind of boring. Some of the investigations can be a bit like Pixel Honey. But yeah, 4 and 5 are really solid. And I just really like the presentation. I've always liked the animations and the music. And that goes for the first 3, but I just respect 1 a lot as like that first intro. I think it's a really first just strong showing to the concept. I mean, you have your like, you meet your fucking, you've got your like, you know, little teacher, and then they end up dying, and you know, there's a lot of cool like little turns and stuff, along with just being generally pretty exciting. Story on its own. I just think that like maybe like 1, 2, and 1, 3 are a little iffy. They can be a little boring. I remember playing it for the first time and I was like, oh, these are kind of boring, but I was really into the trials, like really hard. So I'd put that as A. I want to say Justice for All's like up there too for me. Just because I really like the first 3. But it's definitely the weakest of the bunch. But I wonder if I want to put it in A or just put it in B. The thing is, if I put Justice for All in B, then like everything else is gonna get pretty low. I might put Justice for All in A. We'll see. I don't think. I mean, Francesca's like not bad. He's not as good as like Godo and Edgeworth, but like compared to like Sadmati or like Clavier or something, like I feel like she's still better than your average prosecutor for me. And I still feel like, you know, the second game still has that really solid animations, fun variety of locations. I mean, 2-3 sucks, but like, hey, the big top is really interesting. 2-4, yeah, is really cool. Like I don't know, they're still solid, and it still has that baseline, just like clean presentation and music. Like, yeah, there's some iffy cases. It's definitely the weakest of the trilogy, but like I still think it's better than most of them, just for like some of those like core reasons. I don't think being the worst of the original trilogy means it's like down in the dumps with like 5 or something. I think some people have that mentality, but I like 2 more than I feel like average people do. Granted, like we've seen in the case comparison, I'm very fucking shaky on the memory. I would like to replay the first 3 games. I haven't watched anybody play them since I played them. So, quite like 2 too, yeah. Yeah, I would put it in A. Because if I don't put A, Justice for All in A, then like some of these are gonna end up pretty fucking low. I think I can safely put Dual Destinies in D. Let's go ahead and get some of the lower ones in here. I think Dual Destinies just stuff like 5-2 is just painful. I think how they kind of like have to be attached to Phoenix and write off what happened in 4 is kind of lame. But the thing is, he's still more interesting than a lot of the characters, so despite them doing that, it's still like the call. And it's like, it just feels like they're just not confident enough. But despite that, like, they still have to like do stuff, and it just feels like, a lot of the cases are just kind of weak. The DLC is really good, but like, that's it. I don't know, Blackwell's like, he's cool, he's better than like, probably right. He's probably like mid-tier, but like, I don't think he really even shines till the 6th game when he's a fucking like lawyer, man, for a little bit with Athena. I feel like they tried too hard with Blackwell at times. I think the bigger issue is the writing just isn't up to snuff. It also is the most shitty looking Ace Attorney, right? It's the first one that's 3D, or maybe Phoenix vs. Wright came out before this, I'm not sure. But the courtroom looks kind of crappy, the animations are really stiff, the music's not really all that special. Like, some of the investigation areas aren't too bad, but I think what made like the first three and the fourth one really solid, despite the writing at times, was the presentation and like the production quality, and 5 just does not have that. But then it doesn't have the writing either, so I don't know. Going to a space place, going to like an aquatic park is cool, but it just doesn't save it. So I would say that's probably my least favorite Ace Attorney game. It's hard to compare Great Ace Attorney 1 and 2 because I played them at a single time. We're just gonna like think of this as one thing. I would put let's put this back down here. Let's put Great Ace Attorney in like B. Probably in this order too, because 2-3 is really great. I think it just gets its own little tier. Maybe I'll put Apollo Justice in here, I don't know. No, I'll put 6 in here. I think Great Ace Attorney has got the best polish in the series. I think it's the only 3D one where I'm actually think they finally nailed the animations and the visuals and all that again. It's got really solid music, although a lot of it's not as standout as the originals. None of it's as like memorable. It just has some solid fitting music. It fits the setting and stuff. Like I said, the tap dance, the salsa thing, and like the Robo Guy song are really good. But it's got some of the best characters in this series. They're all really well defined. They feel great. I just think that the attachment to an overarching story that isn't super interesting, and is super predictable, the jury system being kind of half-baked again, an investigation thing that isn't as engaging or requires as much thought as some of the old games, and I feel like just a lack of like pumping that creativity up. Like, you go back to a lot of the same areas for cases, a lot of reused characters, especially in the juries and stuff. I'm trying not to get like really specific here because I know Ripper doesn't want to get spoiled. I just think that it's probably the most like solid Ace Attorney game. It's just there's not many big issues with it. Like I just listed some, but I don't think those are huge issues. It's just like clean. I would say it's above average, even though it's going to be like in B right now. I mean, I respect putting it in A tier. I could put it in A tier, but I'm trying to compare these to each other. I'm not saying it's a B game. I'm just saying I like it less than the first game and the Ace Investigations one. It's very safe. I mean, great production values, really solid characters, but I just feel like every case is tied to a bigger story, pretty much. And I just don't think that bigger story is good enough. I think the other games can shine because they just have like episodic stories at times and then just tie in like a few here and there. But in the later games like 5 and 6, they start tying every case together. And I think it stifles the creativity a bit. I mean, you get your exceptions and stuff like 2-3, but 2-3 and Great Ace Attorney. Not 2-3 is Big Top. Although 2-3 Big Top is used in investigations too, so. How we doing the red list? I don't know. I mean, I'm fine putting Great Ace as an A. I think they're good. I don't think they're bad at all. They're definitely better than like the next 3. I think Von Zeke's absolutely carries though. Every case I was just like, man, I can't wait to see Von Zeke's do more shit, right? But yeah. I don't know. I think the first few cases also in Greatest 21 are like kind of sleepy. A lot of them just don't have enough like super exciting stuff happening. They're just like solid though. I'm gonna stick with B right now. Do I put 6 on the same level? I don't think I do. I think 6 is getting its own thing. I think this is the tier list for me right now. if we're gonna use all the tiers. I think Ace Attorney 6 is way better than 5, but that's kind of it. Like, it's good. The DLC is really bad. I think the Korean stuff is more interesting than it's ever been, but it's still not like super interesting. A lot of annoying characters. A lot of character bloat, like with Athena and stuff. Although her case with Blackwell is one of the stronger ones, and it is more episodic, which is cool. I think they really do good on Apollo, and I'm glad they kind of focus in on him and kind of clean up his story and give him his big thing. But once again, the production value is not that crazy. The music's not super memorable. Sodmati's like the worst prosecutor. He's not as forgettable as Barnum, but he's really fucking not fun. The characters aren't, I feel like, as interesting. The side characters, the naming schemes, like way over, like jumping the shark. Like it's good. I think a lot of people rate 6 higher than I am right now. But I think after playing all those Ace Attorney games, I just expect a bit more at this point. And if they can't even nail the production value, or take it in like an interesting direction, or have just the episodic stories be stronger, it's like, eh. I think the final case of 6 is really solid, and I think that's what keeps it like still being good. I still consider it a good game. I don't think any of the Ace Attorney games I think are bad. I think 5 is the closest thing to like a weak game I could like in here. Yeah, that was kind of how I felt. Barnum's the most forgettable major prosecutor, but he's not like as bad as Sodmati. Sodmati's rememberably shit. There's just a lot of cheese with Sodmati too. Even his like story and how he's like the son and all that stuff or whatever the fuck. It's just like, it's just kind of eh. He's a blight. I think the princess is kind of a blight at times. Whatever her name is. The spirit channeler lady. It tries to do a bit of fan service and stuff. Especially with the DLC, which was really bad. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's solid, but yeah. I definitely think Great Ace is better. Apollo Justice. I mean, 2-3 sucks. Clavier is not a great prosecutor, but he's still like an okay character with good music. A lot of the cases are just forgettable. I think it's some of the best music and presentation in the series. That still retains the 1-3 style, right? Like Great Ace and 5 and 6 kind of move into like a different style or more of a tackiness in the case of 5 and 6. Great Ace kind of is doing its own thing. It's just really well done. It brings back great animations and stuff and sound effects. But like 4, I think if you consider 1-4 kind of a package deal, 4 is kind of like the boom, you know. It's taken the style of 1-3 into like a bigger budget realm. Yeah, like really clean music, but the same kind of feel. Animations and all that are really cool. But I think, sadly, that's the best part of Investigation or Apollo Justice. I like that they tried to go somewhere else. They didn't want to just stick to Phoenix forever, but then they still pull them in anyways. Some of the Hobo Phoenix shit, while interesting, is a little bit wonky. I just think that most of the cases in Apollo Justice just aren't cool enough. They're not interesting enough. The locations aren't like super crazy. I think Trucy is interesting. That stuff's cool. But yeah, the whole Clavier story I just don't think is strong enough for a 4-case game. It's not bad. It's good. I like Apollo Justice, but yeah, it's really hard to compare it. There's just no high points. Trucy sucks. I like when they include Trucy's magic stuff in cases though. I like that about her. I guess that's more of the inclusion of like gimmicks and magic crap, like stages and some of her relatives and stuff. I think the only problem with Trucy is that while they play with the brother-sister thing, I don't think it ever goes far enough. Yeah, Apollo gets fucked over in 5, and I don't know why they think Athena needs to be introduced in that one. And she's like way worse. But at least they do him good in 6. Yeah, I guess that's true fast though. I don't know. I just think out of all the characters in like 4, he's still not that bad. Yeah, I mean, I can see why people complain about Claudia helping, because he's supposed to be more of the antagonist, kinda, right? Or the prosecutors usually are antagonists, but we're supposed to be the main source of conflict. But yeah, I mean, Trucy is like your helper, but yeah, I agree with you. I don't know. I think those are just their things. I mean, I still put it at the bottom of C, but I feel like those are kind of the reasons. I guess it's not much higher than it is. I definitely think the presentation and it not being atrocious outside of, I think the 2-3 was really fucked. That's the one with the opera singer, right? Yeah. It just doesn't have the high points the other ones do. I mean, look at all the other games above it. Each of those at least has a couple god cases in it, right? Or at least some really high points. Like even, I mean, I guess Great Ace 2-3 is a god case, but like, I mean, that just has like an overall like really high quality level. Like, Apollo Justice just never hits there. Trucy's cute. Trucy's bloomers. Whatever, she's always showing off. Yeah, so that's my reasoning on that. Leighton versus Wright. Some of the most forgettable cases in the entirety. I think they are the most forgettable cases in the entirety of the series. But Leighton's cool. I love apeshit Leighton stories that go completely off the rails and make no sense and are just there to be wacky and fun. The Ace, I think having the investigations be like Leighton puzzles is fun. It's pretty much the Leighton stuff that's cool in that. I think Phoenix looks a little fucked, but overall the production value is pretty good. Some of the VA is a little off. Yeah, Ripper. I think the biggest issue is like the cases are pretty short. They're just not interesting enough. Barnum's super forgettable as a deal. Also, it's a Leighton story, so it goes so apeshit. It's really hard to have the more somewhat logical Phoenix Wright shit attached to it and for you to really care by the end. It seems so like all the cases seem so pointless after you find out the twist and shit that it's hard to really look back and be like, oh yeah, these were really cool. Like it goes so late in that, yeah. I feel like it hurts retroactively a lot of the other stuff. Granted, some of the cases are like 2 hours long or something. I mean, a lot of them are fucking ultra short. So from what we saw, I already forgot. Yeah. Yeah, the Leighton VAs are always solid. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I think it's just kind of, I think if you like the Leighton puzzles, it's cool. Yeah, Harlequin. I like the idea of mixing Leighton cases or Ace Attorney cases in there. I think having the investigations be Leighton puzzles is such a perfect way to like combine the two. But I just feel like, yeah, they just didn't go hard enough on the writing on that. I mean, they've got Leighton in a fantasy magic environment, or not Leighton, I mean Leighton and Wright, in a fantasy magic environment. They could have had really cool, creative, like, cases involving that kind of stuff, but I feel like they don't go there. And I think a lot of it's because if they went too hard on it, it would, like, the twists would have to be called into question and stuff. I mean, you could have had interesting locations. It was ripe for a lot of creative Ace Attorney stuff, right? I mean, it's a fucking medieval witch town, but I just don't think they do enough with it. I think the Ace Attorney stuff, while it's there, is kind of just, yeah, the odd man out. The Leighton stuff's a lot stronger. And the thing is, like, at the end of the day, a Leighton story is usually paced a bit quicker in the first place. So I feel like because of the Ace Attorney stuff, it kind of hurts the latent shit. Like usually latent games are just like you're getting through all the stuff, you're learning about shit, and then you get hit with the big twist, and it's all on like a pretty, much more brisk pace. I mean, they're usually comfy and slow still, but like comparatively, right? I mean, you're getting these big cases that take a chunk of time, especially by the last few, and just so you can get a latent twist, and it's like, well, I think they're at odds at times. One time with latent and the puzzle I did was a court, yeah. I was looking through my VODs, and most cases were like 2 or 3 hours long. So I would agree. So listen to this music, dude. You just don't get this kind of exciting music, I feel like, in Great Ace. Or like 5 or 6. I mean, don't get me wrong, Great Ace has a great fitting soundtrack and a few standout songs, but I just feel like the old Ace Attorney music just really had an energy to it that really got you engaged. They're really memorable. They pumped you up. They weren't just like, oh yeah, this is nice music for like an old game set in like England or something, right? Like, I mean, you want something more, and I feel like the old Ace Attorneys did that for me. Real sense of dread to it, I don't know. This one, of course, right? Yeah. So I don't know what you guys would put as your tier maker on this. Oh yeah, the suspense, man. Like, it's like a cool song to listen to, but it has like, yeah, like so much atmosphere, man. And I feel like the more orchestral sounds of like Great Ace Attorney, I feel like make a lot of it feel more forgettable, despite it being really clean. Like, we beat that game and I was like, I could remember a couple songs. So I didn't think the music was bad, but anyways, yeah, I feel a lot more confident in this tier list than my case tier list. Way more confident. Is there anywhere you guys would disagree largely, or do you have your own tier list you guys want to post or something? Or any reasons why? I'm down for conversation, but yeah, I feel much stronger about my overall takes on this series than the individual cases. I tend to, because that's how I remember a lot of games. I mean, there's a lot of games I can remember details on, but like, we go through so many games, so much media every day that I feel like I usually put a lot more effort in remembering my big overall points on a game and the feel I got from the whole package than like a lot of the details. I also just don't think about Ace Attorney in cases as often. I usually just describe like little details, so it's hard to remember. Just when I see like 2-4 or like 2-2, I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I think I would agree too. I think that's my biggest shaky part of this. I think Great Ace Attorney I could put in A, and I would be fine with that. I think Great Ace Attorney, while it never has like ultra high points, I think it's so clean. That I would put it in A. But I think it's got too many issues with certain characters and the overarching story and not enough high points. And then yeah, I'd put Ace. Apollo Justice I could see being better than 6. No, man. 6 has got some good moments. Ooh, my ribs might be done. I might turn off the stream in a few and then go grab those and eat them. What's up, Gordon? The pre-rolls are getting ridiculous. How bad are they? Yeah, I really wish they'd get rid of pre-rolls. Because a lot of people will just see a pre-roll. They're like, maybe I'll go check out this stream, and then that pre-roll happens. They're like, I'll just do something else. I've done it myself. DGS to A and Apologists to B. I can respect that. Yeah, I don't consider Apologists a C game either. This is purely just comparison. I think there's just like I think there's just like a little bit of a quality jump between these, but I don't think these are D games. I still think like these are good. That's why I kind of like. I'm always weird about these. It's purely just like to try to draw some kind of distinctions between them. Yeah, I think Great Ace Attorney A, I respect. I think I'm gonna leave it B personally. Thank you very much, Gordian. Hopefully you've been good, dude. Yeah, the only thing I can do about pre-rolls is run ads myself during the stream, which I have to do that multiple times an hour. In my opinion, it's better to watch one pre-roll than have no ads for the next like 12 hours if you're still here, than to have ads every like 30 minutes. But I get that pre-rolls really suck and I hate them. So it's just it's shit either way. I wish they would just get rid of pre-rolls and stick to banners. I think it's like hurting the site. Yeah, that's my thing, is like I don't make anything off of ads, so it'd be purely just to get rid of pre-rolls, but it would hurt the actual streams. And I mean, I guess there's no ads if you're sub. But yeah, that's a little different. You don't think this VOD is saving? What do you mean?